Alrighty. Oh, I think we're live. Sorry, I'm trying to get the chat up, but for some reason it wasn't going up. How you guys doing, man? I I realized I didn't record any videos this week, and I felt kind of bad about it. I pride myself on doing at least one video a week, but for the last 2 years, I've been doing 2. And this week, I didn't even do 1. I probably still could have squeaked something out, but I've been so crazy getting just the house together, buying furniture, putting things together, cleaning, that life's just got away from me. Also, been doing some stuff at work on top of it. So office is coming together, as you can see. I'll do a house tour eventually, but pretty sick thing here. That's the cats like this a lot, but it's a they got the desk put together today. That's why we're doing live stream also. Haven't had my desk in like a week and a half, but it's a cowhide rug. I picked that up at IKEA the other day. I was like, yo, I got a sheepskin rug. Now we got a cowhide. Oh, hey Tito. So life is good, man. Still got to put the stuff up, put that shelf together. But so far so good, man. I'm caught up with Matt from Engineer Truth today briefly. Only a quick, maybe 15-minute conversation. I had to Tito. No, oh my god. All my wires aren't perfect. He's about to knock them out. What's going on, Jose? So because I didn't do a video, I wanted to hop on here and maybe do a live stream, maybe 30, 45 minutes, an hour. How's April doing with Python? So with the moving, it's thrown us both off our schedules, but she's going to jump back into it pretty soon. But she's apparently watching the live stream. But yes, she did put my desk together. I got a brand new standing desk and gave the old standing desk to April. This one is a nice dark oak color, I would say, and it's longer. So we added some inches. You know what I'm saying? We went from a 53 inch desk to a 70-inch desk, and so it's a little deeper too. I think you can kind of tell by like the webcam. I have the webcam. There's more depth there. So like if you can see a little bit more. Oh, Tito. All right, cool. Just lay on me so you don't knock the wires out. But yeah, man. So I didn't really have a video topic other than just sort of talk about. You just moved into a new house, yeah, man. It's kind of a trip right now. There's still like minor things where we need to do this, we're gonna need to do that, paperwork. We want to get a couple ceiling fans. So like in the house, there's a couple different spots where they have pre-connected like wiring and switches. They just didn't put any appliance to it. They basically gonna let you choose that. So we've gone to Home Depot to try and find a couple ceiling fans and fixtures and things like that. We're gonna put them in. We're in no rush, but I'd rather just get it all done sooner than later. I also got to find a new couch. I think I'm going to put a recliner in here, like not a recliner, but a lazy boy. I've always wanted a lazy boy my entire life, man. I just remember like I would go to my aunts and uncles or like my grandpa's house and sit in their lazy boys, and like I felt like such a boss. Just like this is the life, you know what I mean? Like this is what adults get. And so I think what's probably going to happen is this futon is either going to get replaced by a lazy boy or a massage chair again. We kind of miss our massage chair. I don't know. But yeah, the office is coming together slowly but surely. Got to put some stuff up in the background, but it's been good, man. That lifestyle creep? No. So here's the thing, man. I buy everything cash except this house. So So, you know, we're thinking about a new car. I'm gonna buy it cash. I don't take on debt. I'm really kind of my goal. So like right now, my goal is to pay off the house in 5 to 7 years. And so that's going to be a little bit rough. I'm not going to lie, but we can do it. And that's assuming that my income doesn't increase, my cost of living doesn't increase as well. And we're pretty close with that. And that's meaning that we're not going to rent out any of the additional rooms. It's just April and I in here. We have 3 rooms upstairs that we could rent out. You know, so we all figured it out. Yeah, I don't know. I've always the lazy boy lifestyle is like it'd be nice, man. But we did spend a little bit of money on furniture. You know, you get a brand new house, you can't have your bed on the floor. It doesn't make any sense. It's like brushing and flossing, but then you go and smoke crack after. Like you go smoke some meth after. What do you take care of your teeth for? Doesn't make any sense when you're a crackhead. All right, you know you ain't got any teeth to have left. So it's you don't stop. I don't want you up here, buddy. You're gonna knock the wires out. Tino, stop it. No, go lay down. No one has any questions today. I logged in to answer some questions. Oh, Tito. Okay. But yeah, so I don't know. I don't know where the lazy boy is going yet, baby. Hell of an analogy. It's the best I could do on the spot. Look, guys, I'll be honest with you. I've been working some overtime the last 2-3 days. Like not only in like life when we're like going to, like literally we were at Home Depot at 6:30 this morning. No lies. So not only am I working overtime in life, but I'm also like working overtime at work right now with some releases and things like that. So like leave a job after 4 months for a 30% increase? Yes. It's that simple. If you really like the workplace, you can always you always shift to match it. Got the promotion to junior engineer. Good for you, James. What's the depth of the new standing desk? Balls deep. I don't know. I don't actually know. It's a little bit deeper than my last desk, though. It's a decent size. Yeah. That's a new place. Fantastic, man. We're still getting situated, but we're pretty much there. We need a few more pieces of furniture, but so far so good. I also need to pick up some weights and get back in shape, man. But I'm pretty happy, man. I'm really happy with the place. Just really happy in general. Life is good, man. I know I look a little tired because I am, but you know, it is what it is. I'm trying to get healthy again and start exercising and get more sleep. It's not that I need more sleep. I need better quality sleep, I think. I haven't heard of Adonis.js. I want to become a web dev. I'm 24 years of age. It's too late for me to start now. I didn't get my first web dev job until I was 28. What is a reasonable raise expectation transitioning from your first to second job after 1-2 years of job? It all depends on how good you are. By the time of my second year, based off my first year, when I first started, compared to where I was at from year 0 to year 2, I have a 70% raise in pay. But I worked hard for it. You don't just get paid to get paid. And I probably had a decent starting salary by most people's standards. It's not counting bonuses either or better benefits. And it's also not all about the money, right? It's about where you want to live. It's about the company culture. It's about, I think I told you this before. Before I accepted my current job over a year ago, I had a job for $15,000 more at a financial firm. And let me tell you, your boy's all about the money. All right. Like everyone knows that about me. It's probably the thing my coworkers hate about me the most is like, I'm about the cheddar and bread life. All right. Like I understand it's not the only thing, but it is something. And, so I turned down a $15,000 pay difference, because in one situation, I felt like I was going to get better mentoring. I liked the people I interviewed with. And in the other situation, I felt like they were very unhappy. And, it's always something to consider. You'll progress more in an environment where you're happy than you're not. Got to get that memory foam mattress. I'm already there, son. Where you at? Nah, we have a foam mattress. I don't know if it's memory foam though. Should you start practicing algorithms right away? I think it's a good thing to practice. It helps you learn how to think like a developer. Any good SQL resources? Go to now previously called Code Fights, but codesignal.com. They're the only places I know that has SQL challenges online. Gotta get them gains. I just gotta lose them gains. Do you think coding a few hours a day is enough if you do it every day? I usually say 3 to 4 hours a day. I'm graduating in December, but don't feel confident applying for jobs. What should I do? Get better. Just keep building, coding every day. Why do you hate WordPress devs? I don't hate WordPress devs. But I advise people, like I don't have anything against people who do WordPress, but I advise people against going into WordPress because it stunts your growth. It's lower pay. It's a worse decision as a career path. It's really just all it is at the end of the day. Are there jobs in it? Sure. There's jobs in everything. People say, oh, should I learn PHP? There's tons of jobs in it. There's also tons of like waiter jobs and cashier jobs and like gas station jobs. Doesn't mean they're good jobs. It's all relative, right? Any good resources on learning APIs, how to use them, how to build them. I mean, it just depends on what you want to do, but I don't have any offhand. How much weight did I gain? Oh man, I haven't weighed myself. But I'm if I had to guess, I'm about 195. I don't want to hit that 200 mark. I'm almost scared to go weigh myself. Yeah, I'm about 195, 6 feet, 195. It's not really the number. It's that I feel out of shape and I am out of shape. Are you still going to make the Udemy course for developer jobs? What types of things will it include? I could tell you, I started. I am going to make it. It's going to be, yeah, Python's great. So I started. I'm not done with the syllabus yet, but I started breaking out the sections. I haven't recorded anything yet, but I did start breaking out the sections not too long ago. So like if we go to the Get a Software Engineering course, is what I called it. This is just like the freehand stuff. I have the introduction. I have the basics of an in-person interview. Damn it, Tito. Cat, You're killing me. I have what I call the digital age requirements, which go over things like your portfolio, your LinkedIn, your GitHub, how to find jobs, the human resources phone screen, the technical phone screen, the technical on-site interview, negotiation, contract work online, the first job, post first job, non-traditional ways of finding jobs. Those are some sections that I'm. What are you doing, Tito? Jesus Christ, cat. Those are some things that are in there. I don't know. We should put Crusader Rabbits on a timeout, and then they do it again. I'll just ban them, right? I haven't really worked in web security projects. No. How did Microsoft find me? I'm not really sure. Someone forwarded them my resume. I was recommended by somebody, but they never told me who. So, standing desk? I have a standing desk. It's automated. This one's more smooth than my last one also. This is the Pro edition. I think there's just better motors in it. How do you stay focused on one topic without getting distracted by opportunities / hypes? For example, crypto hype. I mean, right now I'm because I'm hired to do a certain job, right? My work pays me to be a front end engineer, so I have to focus on that. I do want to start picking up C#.net, and I will be making a active effort in the future to be doing that. And so, like, future being like immediately. I want to pick it. It is time to pick up a second language as well as I want to know a second language as well as I know JavaScript. And we're at that point in the career where one of the things when I interviewed with Microsoft that they made very clear was like, you want to be a senior dev at a company like Microsoft? These guys know 15 languages. Doesn't matter. They worked in it all. And that really stuck with me because I'm sure it's true just by talking with them. But it's time to broaden my horizons. But yeah, so C#.net, pick up some backend, do some full stack, go all that. Do you still use Robinhood app to invest your money? I haven't invested money in like 4 or 5 months. It's something I'm going to be looking into pretty soon. The problem is that I had to have all my money in one location for like auditing reasons for it, and now I'm ready to ship it back out to places and go make more money with it. So. Does Node.js have to be in your path for it to work with your IDE? I don't think so. You just install it and it's available globally. Do you use social media to learn code? I mean, I use YouTube, if that's what you mean. Do you work remotely or go into the office? I'm probably one of like 2 devs. I would say one in 5 devs I work with actually goes into the office 5 days a week. Either everyone else works remote at least one day, or everyone else works like 4 10-hour days and only comes in 4 days a week. So this is what I'll say is I think I get great benefit being there 5 days a week, showing my face, being available to answer questions, and I think you provide more value. I personally feel I get more done, and I think you get rewarded for it as well. I think it's good for your career. And I mean, there's studies to back up that it's good for your career and it's all that sort of stuff. And so when I go to the office, I think it shows my professionalism to a degree. And so that's why I go into the office 5 days a week. I would say in the last year and change, I've worked remotely 3 to 5 times. Am I going to do any more interviews? Yeah. I mean, I interview people as they come along. I don't really find remote hard. Most of the stuff that I work on, I can, and this is part of it as well, is like I'm sort of at the stage in the front end now where I can pretty much build anything they want. You know, build this component, build that component. It's fine. So I want to pick up something new. And to me, that's back end. That's understanding a little bit of a higher order language, and it's not really syntax so much as the environment and building out the skill set a bit. Yeah, and that's also true, is that remote people will always be the ones that are fired first because it's easier to do so. Built your first website. What's next as far as checking compatibility? Let me show you guys something that you probably didn't know existed. All right, so we're going to go just to my website. So we'll go to codingtutorials360.com. This is just something I made in AngularJS back in the day. But I bet a lot of you didn't know, if you went to the audits in the Chrome DevTools, there's this tool that will run your application and rate it on these 5 items. So like, let's say we do mobile and we'll throttle it on 3G. We'll go ahead and run the audits. And you can see some ways that you can help improve your site. And I haven't ran this against my site. And obviously it depends on like how, you know, what your site's doing that's right, what's your site's, you know, it depends on. So this is all relative, but these are general good guidelines to try and follow, right? So like performance, this performs pretty high because it is a tiny site. You know what I mean? It's all static content. Nothing about it is pretty much dynamic. And you can see here, okay, how can I improve my site sizing? So based off 3G speeds, it takes 10 seconds for my images to load. So why don't we refactor that so they fully load? And you can see the first top 3 things here, if I wanted performance increasing things, whereas it's just to handle our images better. You can see here we have we're not caching anything, and thus we have to load these every single time. Why don't we cache them? You know, we can see if we can, you know, we're not currently eliminating or compiling down the code in here. You know, those would be things how you would solve this. It's not going to tell you that. We're not handling certain things like viewport width and all these sorts of things. So this is a minor thing that you can do just to get going and see how you can improve your application. Tips on buying a house. How do I prep for front-end interviews? I don't need to prep anymore. not for like front-end questions. At this point, I would say I know the front end. I'm gonna get 75% to 95 to 100% right. Thing I would need to prep for is just maybe algorithms a little bit. So. Oh, I don't work at Microsoft. Someone thinks I work now. How do you, tips for buying a house? Let's see. Although I didn't do this, if you have 20%, I'd recommend it so you can eliminate private mortgage insurance. I would say I would also say that one thing to consider is, for me, what I considered was I had a limit of how far I was willing to drive. That drive will kill you. So I have a 30-minute drive. I'm at my absolute limit, because I think that's value. Because not only do you lose money driving to and from, there's time, right? It's an hour a day I'm losing. Some people buy houses hour and a half, 2 hours away. It's craziness. So consider that when buying a house. But really, at the end of the day, find something that you like. Understand that it's going to be about 80% right, and then you can put money into it later on down the road, and find something you can afford. My mortgage with everything's about $1,800. I can pay that 2-3 times a month if I need to. So like, find something within your range so that you're not house poor. That's my tip, because having to have the rent check is not something you ever want to do. Where like, all right, this whole check goes to rent, or else I'm screwed. So just buy something that's really within your means. That would really be what I would say was the number one thing to avoid. People, especially in this society, like to ball hard when they're not ballers. They like to. People buy $100,000 cars that make $50,000 a year. Do you get what I'm saying here? Like, don't buy a house that's out of your, I don't want to say stay in your lane, but stay in a smart financial lane that's not going to make you house poor, and you can live your life and be happy, because, nothing is more stressful than, marriages, relationships. Money and infidelity are the number 1 and 2 things that break up couples and families and groups. And the house will do that to you. So make sure you find something in your price range. That's about all I can tell you. What do I do when I get stuck on a project? I mean, sometimes I whiteboard it out. Sometimes I bounce the idea off a dev. Sometimes I just think out loud. Yeah. Do you plan on investing in real estate? I don't know. Maybe. We'll see. One thing, it's nothing to think about right now. Falling on a budget, that's right. I mean, I guess my main point is more of a general one of so many people spend way more money than they have, that it causes them so much discomfort in life. How many people have been crippled by credit card debt? I bet there's a shit ton of you, hopefully not in this chat, but a shit ton of you that at least know people who have $10,000 of credit card debt, and you ask them what they spent it on, and it's just bullshit they couldn't even tell you. Dinners, it was some clothes they felt they had to have, it was some trip they had to take, and now they're paying twice as much for it, and they're stressed out beyond belief because they don't have the money to pay for it. So I don't know, man. Same thing can happen with the house too. Like, I just took $250,000 of debt out for the house. It's not that much debt based off my current salary. And you know how much debt I had before? Do you know how much? Zero. Everything is paid off. Debt is, I've had debt like $5,000, $6,000 of debt. Soul crushing. $6,000 of debt when you make 15 grand a year is uncomfortable, impossible. Like, you know what I mean? Like, did I watch the Conor Khabib fight? Yeah. Yeah. It was a good fight, dude. forget that fight. The craziness after is pretty nuts. But did Derek Lewis, the Black Beast, came out? There's like 20 seconds left after he's been getting his ass beat the whole fight. Another rumor, I don't know if it's a rumor or confirmed, but I think it's a rumor that he's going to fight Daniel Cormier for the belt. How many hours a day is he studying the first learning JavaScript? Somewhere between 3 and 4 hours a day and 8 to 12 on the weekends, something like that. I don't even know what the duck method is. What is the duck method? Oh, just explaining your code line by line. Yeah, so more or less, part of that is just having you talk, and that's sort of also what you get the same result by talking to a coworker. I hate coding. I want to work with my hands. I feel stuck inside the office. Tomorrow I'm planning to be an iron worker. What do you think? I think at the end of the day, man, software is not for everybody. I understand that. I understand that I'm not like the average person. I get that. And what I would say is just be happy. If you're not happy being a developer, go do something else. That's what the truth is like, and I say it to all of you, is not everyone is meant to be a developer. Not everyone is meant to be, I don't know, a gardener. Not everyone is meant to be in the military. What you need to find is what makes you happy. That's what you need to find. You know, money is only part of the solution. Money gives you options. That's really all it gives you. Debt limits those options, which is why I'm so anti-debt. I don't need a lot of money. I don't even particularly want a lot of money. It's allowed me to pay my bills. You know, it's given me some let me do some fun things here or there. But the main thing money has given me is it has eliminated stress of not having money. It has eliminated having to do the bills. It has eliminated having to have my mom bring me groceries. You know, it has eliminated the I can't buy you a birthday present this year, baby. It has eliminated those things. But so if you can find a job that'll allow you to take care of yourself and your family with a decent wage, and you're happy, go do that. So I don't encourage you to do a job for money anyhow. It's just go do something that you're going to be happy with. God knows a lot of people just are miserable. Let's see. I forget what percent it is. Percent of people who hate their jobs. Let's see. CBS News. What do you got, man? Thumbs up for the boy Dolan. I don't know. I've been trouble finding a stat, but it's remarkably high. Last I checked, it's something like 60, 70% or something. Ricky, thumbs up for your boy Dolan. We need him soon, man. Probably within a month. I appreciate the $5, man. Got the iOS job. Good for you. I was just talking to Matt today about like how crazy it is that like, you know, people go, "Hey man, I appreciate you kept me motivated till I got that job." It's like, good for you, man. Good for you for staying motivated. I don't know what about me you find motivating. It's just like, it's so funny. I say this. So all right. So I'm at Chase Bank today, and I'm opening up a checking account because basically they're gonna give me $850 if I open a checking account. It's the TLDR version. I just have to meet some requirements. So I'm like, $850. All right. So I go and open it up on my lunch break, and I used to have a Chase checking account, but I closed it a while back, and so he goes, "Oh, so do you still work at Domino's?" I was like, "No, I don't." He's like, "Oh, okay." And he asked me where I work at. I tell him. He's like, "Oh, what do you do?" And I was like, "Oh, I'm a software engineer." He's like, "Oh, did you have to get a master's for that?" I'm like, "No, I'm a two-time college dropout." He's like, "Yeah." He's like, "Oh, really?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm self-taught." It's so funny, man. I say it so proudly now because it cracks me up. It's so core to who I am. I'm like, "Nah, I'm a two-time college dropout." And he's like, "Oh, okay." He's like, "All right, well, do you have a deposit?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm gonna." He's like, "All right, you have to have, you have to transfer 10 grand to this account to get this." I'm like, yeah, it's fine. Don't worry about it." And he's like, "So what do you do?" And like there, and it's like start listing things off and start saying, anytime's like, "Oh, well, what technologies, what technologies, what software does you use?" Right? I'm like, I start going through the list, right? And I was like, well, I specialize in the front end, and so that's going to use the HTML, CSS. We just started using CSS Grid, which is native CSS, JavaScript, TypeScript. You got Jasmine and Karma for the unit test. There's Angular for the framework. There's Git for version control. I start going on. I don't know why I start going off, and he's like, "Oh, oh." He's like, "So what do you actually do?" I was like, I build their e-commerce platform and back office tools when needed. He's like, "My wife buys some of your." Yeah, he was a really nice guy. I actually really enjoyed the conversation, and he apparently is like learning to code on Code Academy. So I gave him. I spent about like maybe 5-10 minutes giving him some tips on where to go, what to do, and go from there. But it was just so funny. It's so funny because I told him I was there so I basically had to take care of some stuff for home loan. And then he's like, I remember when the Domino's times were rough times for me. And it's so strange to fondly look back on them. And when he said that, it caught me so off guard. I was like, "Oh, that's right." Oh man. Do I ever plan on starting my own company in the future? Nah. I don't think so. I think the more likely situation is someone I work with or something has like, "Hey man, let's put some time in on this side project. I got a great idea." And then it might take off. I don't know. Do you ever feel like a celebrity? I don't know who you think I run into. Uh, I mean, no. I think I've had, God, I don't know, maybe 5 people that have ever recognized me from anything. Um, um, yeah, I don't think so. It's you have to realize my channel's very small. Like I know a lot of you guys are regulars in here, and I recognize most of your usernames and stuff like that, and I appreciate it all. But as I kind of talked to Matt about this. Is like it's so funny that Flower City. I kind of told Matt that like you were a little bit nervous talking to me. Um, And I was like, it's so funny to think that here I am. I'm just a 2-time college dropout, working his way through life, and documenting a little bit of the process and trying to help some people along the way. Um, and you know that's it, man. I'm a guy who's got 3 cats, lives with his girlfriend, uh, has a bad addiction to caffeine, watches UFC fights, and plays some video games. Man, I'm just like your average dude, and the fact that um anyone would be kind of starstruck's probably the wrong word, but anyone that would ever to think of yourself as a celebrity in this is so strange. I know. I just be like, I just be on the as celebs call it. I'd be on the gram. I'd be like, hey, you want a picture with me, right? And just snap a selfie real quick with some stranger, and then tag love taking pictures of my fans on the gram. Oh man. Um. uh. Oh, that'd be funny. That would be, and you just have this confused looking person on the face. Oh man. I do autographs now. I'll do your code review though. Ferguson did. I thought every single fight on the card was great. There wasn't like a single dud. But all right, guys. So I'll do another weekend AMA this week, like we normally do. I just didn't release a weekly video this week. So I dropped the ball. It happens. The good news is I got the desk set up. I'm going to be back in action pretty soon. So that's good news. And start knocking out some videos and picking up maybe do some tutorial videos. So, hey, we win some, we lose some. We dropped the ball for a week at a time here or there. I can live with that. But now it's time for bed. Yeah, to see Dylan on TMZ. Local coding god deletes all GitHub repos on TMZ. No, is YouTube engineer True's full-time job? Yeah, man. He's been doing YouTube full-time for like 4 years. Matt's killing it. Yeah. Hey, here's a question for you guys before I take off. I've actually really been, so I'm going to pick up another language, and I actually really wanted to make a second 100 algorithm challenge course. is that insane? And make it a harder version. Like this last one, I included some easy, medium, hard stuff. Like I just want to do hard. and fucking hard. Like, is that a good idea? Would anybody be interested in an extremely hard algorithm course? I'm just curious. I probably won't be for a while, but something to keep in mind. And I'll probably do it in C# also. I wouldn't do it in JavaScript this time. So what I might also do is go in I don't know. I also wanted to cover traditional algorithms and data structures, and it's going to be a minute before I have the time to do it. But anyhow, something to think about. I really enjoyed the first one. But that took a long time to do 100 of them. So I'm thinking what I might do is just start hitting up some of these algorithm sites and seeing what I can do. But all right, guys, have a good night.